a tail hunting show. Try as they might, they just can't escape his arrow and his bow. Oh, with a hidey-I-O, I say a hunting we will go. Oh, with a yippee-ki-yay.
Hi there, I'm Noel Feather. I'd like for you to meet a couple of friends of mine. This is Mike Helfrich and Dave Beals. And they've invited me to come along and do some hunting with them. One of their local hot spots, I think.
We got some nice deer up here.
I never turned down a chance to do some hunting at a spot that's supposed to be real good, you know. But anyway, we're gonna do some hunting this week. Do the best we can. We plan on doing some rattling. I'm going to see if I can rattle these boys in a buck, hopefully anyway. And also we're going to show you a little bit of hunting that's a little bit different than what I've ever showed before in a video, and that's the use of decoys. I want to use the decoy and show us making some pushes, and that's a very productive way to hunt. It's not anything new. People have been hunting that way for years.
Yeah, you put the decoy out there and you can get the deer to stop for just long enough for you to get that shot to check out that decoy.
A lot of times that's all it takes, you know.
Yeah.
And so we want to.
Never tried it before.
You've never done with the decoy?
No, not yet.
It's really not new. As like I said, the making drives or pushes is not really new, but the decoy is probably newer than the drives, you know.
Well, the decoys should go in good with the push.
Well, they do. That's the thing I want to try to show, because when you're making a push, a lot of times the deer comes through on the run. And if you can get that buck to stop, he sees the decoy and he'll stop. It gives you time to make the shot. And there've been several videos out the last 2 or 3 years with showing the use of decoys. And I like to use them during the rut when you're using the grunt call and the rattle horns. They work real well.
Yeah, I've heard that works.
A lot of times that works real well. And we may be able to get some footage of the deer coming to the decoy when we're rattling or whatever, and we'll try that too. But we'll try a little bit of everything, just see what works, and hopefully we'll do some good at one of them.
Well, I sure hope so.
You know, so
you rattle one in close to me, I'm going to stick him.
You're going to lay the wood to it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's go get those stands up and see what we can do.
Okay, let's go.
You folks come along and see how we do.
About 60 yards. Boy, he's a good buck too, you know what? He's a pretty deer. Let's get down and take a look at him.
Right here is where he come through. The best I remember, he went right straight through here. And there is pretty good blood right here, but I'm almost positive I seen that buck go down. I mean, I seen white. I think it was his belly hair when he went down. But let's just follow the blood. But I'm sure that was him. And he went right straight down through this hillside and crossed down into that swamp. Looked like. I don't know how swampy that is down in there. We might have a little problem. I don't know if there's water in it or not. I'm not on blood right now, but this is where he went. Looks like he's where he tore the leaves up right here. I feel a little bit better if I can find a lot of blood. I'd like to stay on the trail if I could. Right in there is where he should be. Here's blood right there. Look at here. He's picking up now, but see there? Yep, right through here where he went. Yep, right down through here. Before here. Good blood pressure. That's straight on down here. Look at that. Look at that. Looky there. Now either he went this way. I'm not so sure of where. Not real sure where he went here. Looks like he went there. Let me check down here. He was bleeding real good there. Well, let's just go on down through here. I'm not on blood, but I'm gonna make sure this is where. I know this is where he went.
I think he went up the hill a little bit and went down through there where he run through there a little bit easier.
Well, I can check a little bit more to see if I can find blood up there.
I think he went down this way. Across the side of that hill there.
I thought he went in before he got there. There should be blood somewhere where he crossed this old road. I don't see it. Don't see it. Let me check higher up here. If I don't pick it up here in a minute, I'm just going to walk on down there because I'm sure. Here it is, right here. Here's where he went in, right here. Right there. Put this right fork here. Here we go. Man, look how he's pumping it out here. Yeah. Right here. Go on down through here. Yeah, he's bleeding good. Real good. More right there.
I think I see him up ahead there.
Yep, there. Right here. Here's another good job right there. Yep, see that white road there? That's what I was seeing. I told you I seen white flag. That's what I seen when he rolled over. I seen that white hair. There's a lot of brush down through there between where we was at and where he went down. Boy, he's a dandy, isn't he?
He's a nice buck. Pull him out there and let's take a good look at him.
Yeah. Thorns all over this place. Yeah. Got a good hit on him though, man.
Yep,
You there? Perfect.
sure do. Man, he's got a gnarly old rack. Look at the bases on that.
Kind of a gnarly old rack on him.
You shot Mr. Gnarly. And you shot him good.
Well, I tell you what, he didn't go down as quick as some of them have, but he didn't go far.
What'd you hit him with? One of them muzzies again?
You betcha. Shot him that little 100 grain. Man, that thing does a number on him, huh? That cuts through one just like butter. Boy, he's a nice old buck.
Well, he got some bases on him now. Look at those bases.
I believe that one's got some age on him. Yep, I believe he's got some age on him.
Them bases are big. Kind of melded in with that his brow tines, but they look like they're probably 5.5, 6 inches around.
Yeah, he's a pretty buck.
Pretty good shot on him.
They're doing a lot of fighting right now. They're kind of roughed up. Some of them had their butt kicked. Well, get the tag on that one.
Throw that old tag on him.
Find it. There we go. Oh, that stuff is sticky. Go. Let's go get the truck. Take him back to camp and gun him out. He's a good one, Matt.
All righty, Noel. Good shot.
Now let's join Mike Helperich as he tries to take a nice buck with the use of a decoy.
Man, was that beautiful. Boy, that was a kill.
My heart was going 100 miles an hour.
Oh man, sitting on this limb, I was just like, I thought I was ready to fall off. I'm glad I didn't. I couldn't believe it. Those does came by down that trail and it was just...
Oh, and they stood, and they didn't want to go anywhere. Man.
Congratulations, that was beautiful.
Oh, thanks. Man, I'll tell you what. That bow gets kind of hard to pull back one like that gets in the air.
Watch closely as this buck kicks high in the air, as oftentimes they do when shot through the heart.
boy, no. Oh, man.
I tell you what, Mike, that is a nice buck.
I'm still weak in the knees. I don't know if I can climb down.
Son of a gun come right by me. I think I got some real good footage of him myself.
Oh, great,
You
great.
guys get everything?
Because I don't know if we got him going down, but I know he held it on him for a while.
Looked like a real good hit, huh?
Oh, his hind legs kicked straight up in the air when I
He
hit
went
him.
by me. I couldn't see, you know, but he looked like a real good buck, I'll tell you that.
I can't swear to it because I didn't see the arrow hit because I was keeping that pin right on him when I released, but I think I heart shot him.
Boy, he's a nice buck.
Boy,
He's a good one.
that is a dandy. Here, I'll see if I can lower my bow and climb down. You know?
He's a good one, boy. I got some real good footage of him, I think.
Good.
Boy, he is a pretty one.
You can't get too much footage or something like that.
Did you see the decoy? Was he come in and stop and look at the decoy?
This whole group here just they come in and as each one saw that decoy, they stopped and they looked at it and then wanted to wander on. And he stood back here behind me for the longest
You
time.
a little bit excited, are you?
Oh, this bow got heavy.
Man, I'll tell you
Oh.
what. Boy, that decoy looks good.
I'll tell you what, when something like that walks under you, that bow gets a little harder to pull back, doesn't it?
You got instant blood, Mike.
Oh man, blood immediately.
Look at this. Look at the blood right here.
Golly, no.
Yeah,
I'm
down
sure
to
glad
the
I
blade.
sharpened those blades before we come out.
That's the difference, I'll tell you that.
Oh man, you could almost run down this one, couldn't you?
I think I got some footage of him there. It should be pretty good, but I couldn't put it, kill him.
You didn't get him going down?
No, I don't think I got him going down, but the angle, I couldn't even get the shot. He come by me, but he was free.
Just walk off the flood, I think he...
I'm not sure.
It's got to be right down, right here.
Get down here, wait, but
There's blood, he's cutting over mine right here.
that's it. All right.
Yeah, blood all over it, yeah.
There's that.
There's so much of it.
He's headed to this trail.
Yeah.
There's blood right there.
He's using a shot power. I didn't see him go down, but I heard him go.
Right up here.
Yep. Every leaf now. Every time he hits the ground.
Pretty good.
Hold on, Noel. He went across this ditch right
Cross
here.
right here.
Yep. Yep, right here, the front of the big cross, so yep, on the other side, right there. Oh, pretty well the territory.
Got it.
Oh, right here, now right up here. Okay. Look up where you stand. He can't be far now, just probably up.
That's right there. There you go.
I see him right up there, no?
See the deer?
Yep, laying right there
All
beside
right.
the creek.
I didn't see him go down, but I heard him crash. He's not bad. That's pretty good. All right. Oh, yeah, he's a one day. Yep, that's right.
thinking?
Probably about 20 yards,
70, 80. Well, it's different from I really don't care. I got 200 to do it. So right there, though. We started dragging it up the hill with the yeah. See, he was able just to waste me just a little bit.
Nice piece. You got one broke, Mike.
Yeah, still,
Little
that's
broke.
nice fall time.
He's a pretty buck. Yeah, you really did a number on him. Well, put it there, partner. You did good. You did good.
I love this.
You love success, don't you?
Exactly.
Everybody loves that. Yeah, that's a nice big old, nice big old buck. Well, the work begins.
I don't know. I'd say that bugger might go 160 or something.
Oh, you'll beat that.
170?
Oh yeah, that's a good buck. He's pretty heavy. See the chest?
Yeah, right.
Good neck on him. I'd say that. Go 175 or better. He's a good one. Well, let's go back up, get your gear, and come back down here. We'll gut him out and tag him, and we'll go right back up through there. That's the closest way to the front. We'll get right back up there.
Okay, yeah, we better get the stand down.
Get your stuff, and we'll head on out. Over the years, you've heard me preach in a lot of videos about the importance of sharp broadheads, and I do feel very strongly about it. I think a sharp broadhead is one of the most important things in good bow hunting.
Sure is.
And I've been using a little tool for a couple of years here now for sharpening broadheads and sharpening knives. And I just happen to have the man in camp with me this week that is the man that sells it, owns it. And I would like to ask Mike to demonstrate this little tool for the folks who's watching this video, and let them see how it works and how it will sharpen a broadhead quick, will sharpen a knife quick, and just let you demonstrate it to them. So if you would, Mike, why go through it quick, like and just show them.
Thanks.
You betcha.
What I've got here is the Ready Sharp Sharpen Saw, and as the name implies, this device will sharpen just about anything that a guy can fit in his clamp. The reason is you change the angle just by changing to the various size wheels that come in the kit. Now, originally I started out with just a kit with one wheel just for replaceable broadheads and two-blade broadheads. And then I expanded it into the sharpening saw. So first I'd like to demonstrate a little bit about sharpening broadheads. That's the most important piece of equipment a man owns, but it's the most overlooked by a lot of hunters. Artery is real similar to this rubber band. Now with just the weight of the arrow, that should fall right through.
That may be sharp.
That is sharp, and not even a lot of brand new blades do that.
That's true.
Now, here is something that really impressed me, though, how easy I can dull a blade. Again, with just the weight of the blade. I mean, that's like getting out of your quiver for it right now.
That's right. They'll get dull just putting them out the quiver.
It doesn't take a whole lot to dull a broadhead. That is the difference between wounding deer and taking them home, right there.
You got it.
A lot of times a guy he'll hit a deer, got real good blood, and then a little ways, nothing. Well, that's because he didn't cut the arteries. If you cut arteries, that deer...
Doesn't take much to dull it.
Exactly. That deer isn't going to quit bleeding if you cut arteries.
Right.
But now let's go a step further. Let's just go ahead and shoot that thing right in the dirt. That's dull. Okay? I'll show you how simple it is to sharpen. You line the blade up parallel to the edge of the clamp, hold it in place with your finger, snug it down with the Allen wrench. Now, I start out on the coarse paper. See, the beauty of the system is the wheel holds the angle for you. This is foolproof. On the coarse paper, you just go back and forth. See, instead of stones, I use the silicon carbide auto body finishing paper. That's actually better than a stone.
Let's put an edge on 'em.
Well, with the stone, you wind up wearing a groove in it,
Right.
and you're going to deform everything you try to sharpen on it.
Oh, I understand. It's the angle.
This is always perfectly flat.
That little tool keeps that the perfect
The
angle.
exact angle, and that's
That's
the only
right.
trick. If you can hold the exact angle every stroke, you can sharpen anything.
Man, I used to spend so much time sharpening arrows, it wasn't even funny.
Yep. And
Never
these,
could get them sharp
and these
enough.
little things are hard to hang on to just
Right.
by hand.
Yeah.
Then, once you get a burr on both sides, then you go to the fine paper, and you only go forward, lift it up, roll it back. And of course, it comes with full instructions. It comes from the instruction booklet that comes with the kit, walks you right through from choosing which wheel to use according to what you're sharpening, and then step by step, all the way through sharpening. You know, the best thing in the world isn't really any good unless you tell a guy how to use it. So
That's true.
I'm a believer in instructions.
I usually use them after everything else fails.
And what I'm doing is it's just like sharpening a knife here. You go lighter and lighter every time you flip it over. And this is actually sharper than any new blade. If you ever look at blades, they all got little ripples on them from the vibration when they're machining them. I automatically sharpen every blade before I use it. I have seen a big...
It's a good idea to touch them up.
Yep.
A lot of them are sharp, but a lot of them are not sharp. And that's what you don't want to take a chance on.
Or another thing, though, is periodically I just touch up all my blades. The one you've been taking in out of the quiver,
That's
touch
right.
it up now and then.
That's exactly right.
Now I'm going to put a new rubber band in here because when I got rough with that, it
Yeah,
did
put
start.
a new one on there.
It did start to come
Let's
a
see
little
what
bit.
that baby does. Just the weight of the arrow.
Just the weight of the arrow. As soon as it moves, just falls right through there. That's going to cut everything it touches inside that deer.
You got it.
You stick him with that,
There's nothing any more
You're
important
gonna-
than a sharp broadhead.
you're going to have.
It's like adding an extra 10 pound to your bow.
Oh yeah,
A good
you
sharp
get
head.
better penetration,
You betcha.
and when you sharpen on this system, the blood trails will blow your mind.
What about the knife?
Now I'll show you. As I stated earlier, you can sharpen, you can do knives, two-bladed broadheads, ice auger blades, utility knife blades, razor blades, all kinds of stuff, just by changing the wheel size. Now when you're sharpening a knife, all you do is, as you roll it forward, you lift up on the handle till the tip of the knife touches. It's the same thing you're trying to do on a stone freehand, except on freehand you can't get the exact angle every stroke. You get the exact same angle all the way, every time. Flip it over, you got the exact same angle on both sides. That's about as simple of a device as you're going to come up with, but it's precision.
The angle is the most important. That's the problem without this tool. You can't keep the same angle all the time, and you're going to sharpen your knife in the middle.
I don't care
That's
how good a guy is on a stone, you can't get the exact same angle every
Not all the time.
Nope. And when you do that, now you stay sharp a lot longer. Well, anything you sharpen stays sharp longer when you get that exact angle. Now, a lot of times, well, you've been to shows and you've probably seen guys selling sharpening systems.
Oh yeah.
And when they cut paper, it's always a stiff piece of paper. And when they cut it, they go fast. They're tearing it. They're not cutting it.
Hard to cut these.
Yeah, these little rake through things, you know. You can't get the same angle every stroke. Now, even with the wind blowing out, and you can see that is flimsy paper. If you can take newsprint, well, I'm going to have to.
You want me to hold it? Or?
Well, no, I'll get it just so that the wind isn't.
All right. That baby's sharp.
That is sharp.
That
If
baby
it's
is
cutting
sharp.
that far away from where I'm hanging on, that is sharp. Even with the wind blowing it crooked, you know.
Yeah, you can work on deer with that thing. It's a little big, but it'd work.
You know, the beauty of the system is it's so simple, but it's precise.
Anybody can use it.
Anybody can operate.
And that's the main important thing is to make sure those broadheads or whatever, you know, but for bow hunting, a broadhead has got to be sharp.
That's what first got me into this business, Noel, was I could not find a device to sharpen a broadhead the way I wanted it. So I designed one, and then I just got going, and I expanded it into the sharpens off.
Right. Well, I think I smell that chili cooking in there, buddy. It's been cooking quite a while, and I'm about ready for a bowl. How about you?
Well, we can go and do a bowl and then go out and get in our stands, but
Well,
first, I'd like to tell the guys where they might pick one of these up.
Oh,
and,
definitely.
Yeah, how
You
to get a
betcha.
hold of one if they want
You
one.
betcha.
You know, you can check with your local sports shop, but if the local sports shop doesn't carry the product, then you can order direct through Ready Sharp. Now, I sell the Sharpens All kit. It comes with the perfectly flat base. It has anti-slip pads on the bottom so it doesn't slide all over your table when you're trying to sharpen.
Right.
3 different grits of the silicon carbide paper. It's complete, ready to use.
Mm-hmm.
3 different size wheels. With those 3 different wheels, you can sharpen just about anything.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to order direct through me, you just send $25. That includes the shipping.
Sure.
And I also, just for the guys that all they really care about is broadheads or stuff, I do sell a kit with just 1 size wheel.
Just for brothers.
And it'll do the 2-bladed broadheads or the replaceable type.
Oh, okay.
And that includes the shipping. But you should check with your local sports shop. You can probably get it a lot quicker there. But if you can't find it, you can send it in to me, and I'll ship it out as quick as I can.
And we'll show the address at the end of the credits at the end of the video. We'll show the address. Anybody wants to go ahead and order one.
All right, that'll work.
So if that's it, Mike, if that pretty well covers it, why, let's get a bowl of that chili and
go get in the
head
trees.
out there in them trees.
All right.
This buck, attracted by the sound of Noel's horn rattling, moves back and forth in front of the cameraman. But the good bow hunter must be patient and wait for the perfect killing shot.
That's a good one. That is a nice buck, dude.
Yeah, I'm telling you. You see where he come across that ridge right there when you grunted him in?
You know, he come down that hill. He come up that ravine, circle around. I didn't think he's ever going to get a crack at it. Well, he's a nice one.
Man, I'm
Well,
telling
he couldn't
you.
have worked better, could he?
Huh? That's
Couldn't
no,
have worked
man.
better. He got that. I hit that drudge call over there when I motioned to
Well,
him.
after
Well,
he came over
started-
that hill there, after
He
he
started
rather
right down
than
that hill.
I thought he was going to go that way, down the ridge.
He did one time, but then he turned and
Yeah.
draw and circle around. Let's go over and get a look at that dude.
All right, man. Sounds good.
He is heavy.
Hey, bud.
Pretty much.
The extreme speed makes the arrow almost invisible as it passes through the buck. Note the fletching in the center of the circle.
Man, I'll tell you what, he is a good one, partner.
He is a good buck.
I appreciate it. I think your arrow broke. Look, yeah, there's the arrow right there. I was pretty sure it did. I was pretty sure that it broke off. Well, when
He must have whirled.
he twisted around. Yeah. Some blood on it, but I seen the buck go down. Let's just see if it's going away. He went and pick up the blood here. If there's any kind of trail.
That's great. He's coming right up there.
Did you think you had a good lung hit on him, or was you low?
Well, just behind the shoulder.
Man, he whirled so quick when that arrow hit him.
know.
I really didn't get a real good look at him.
It might be on his leg or something.
You know, I still don't see no blood though.
I've never seen it.
I thought he went right up through here. See any blood?
No.
Yeah, it don't make any difference. We can walk down. Here's blood right here. Oh, he's doing pretty good right here. I can't tell if it's good red blood.
Yeah, I think it's behind the shoulder there.
He's bleeding. Oh, yeah, look at here.
Good, yeah.
That's a big buck. I see a buck or something.
Think so?
Now, he's big body deer. Let's see here. Let's see here. You see where he went down? Yeah, I seen him kind of go sideways, and I'm sure he's down. Well, I could see, but I bet he's laying right up there at the top of that little ridge. I always just like to follow the blood trail. Just to see what they do and everything. Now, I lost it right there.
There's blood all over here.
Oh, okay, that's good. There's more right here. Boy, come to them horns, did he?
No, he did, man. Come over that hill.
When he stopped up on the hill there,
Yeah,
and I hit that grunt hole. The grunt hole's when he started down.
Right, I thought he was going to follow that ridge. He tried to.
He come in that ravine and circle around behind it. You got him? I wasn't paying a lot of attention. I think he went through here.
He was right here.
Oh, okay.
Turn.
I thought I seen him on top of that ridge. He made a
Right here, all
little
kinds of.
That looks like a little straight. Oh, he's a dandy. I'll tell you that.
Look at that. Very big size.
He's pretty much. Oh, ain't that something?
Yeah.
He is a pretty one, man. Hey, that's a good laugh.
Yeah.
That's a nice buck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 pointers. That's a nice heavy-bodied deer. Man, here,
Hoping for a 10, but I can live with this.
I would think. Look at there's where it come out. Yeah. Boy, that is a pretty buck.
He's nice.
Get some over, maybe? Yeah. That'd be a nice one to do life size.
Yeah, very good.
That's a good, nice body. You want to see where it went in?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, perfect. Right here.
Yeah.
Is that where it went in?
Yep, right there.
Put a hole in it.
Yeah.
Man, ain't nothing like a good sharp rod here. I'll tell you what. Go on back down and get your pack and your tag, and come on back, and I'll go back up here and get the truck.
All right,
And
sounds
we
good.
won't have to. We won't have to. You're kind of happy, ain't you?
Oh, yeah, man, I love it.
Okay. Go get your pack and you get it back up here and
But it
tag
didn't
it.
take long either.
And I'll get as close as I can to the truck. That sucker's gonna be heavy to drag. Okie doke. I'd like to take a minute to show you something that Bracklin Archery came out with just this year. It's called Odor Stop. This is the best stuff I've ever used to wipe out human scent. It will absolutely do away with human odor or any other odor that I've ever tried this stuff on. It's also good for checking the wind. If you're bow hunting and you want to see which direction the wind is in, you just give her a couple squirts like that, you get a little puff of dust. You tell instantly which direction the wind is in. But this stuff right here, it's easy to use, and the thing I like about it is the fact that it's in powder form. If you're going to be using it in cold weather, it beats a liquid big time. Because if you use a liquid in cold weather, it's not going to be too good when when it's below zero. So I think that this stuff right here is going to be fantastic, and I just wanted to take a couple of minutes to show you and to demonstrate. They also have other scents in powder form. This happens to be apple here, but they make it in acorn. They got several different ones. They even have one that smells like fresh earth. So if any of you people would like to try any of these products, all you have to do is give Bracklin Archery a call or look for it in your local sporting goods store.
This is a good example of a buck that is pushed, as we talked about at the beginning of this video. The buck may come through at a run, but when he sees the decoy, he stops and presents Noel with a perfect shot. And perfect it is.
Oh, he's beautiful. Beautiful.
Did you ever see one go down so quick?
Oh, man, you hit him right in the lungs. Boy, he's beautiful. That's what happens when you're real quiet and they're not spooked when they come in. He come right into that decoy, too.
Did you see that?
Oh, man.
I thought he was going to take that thing.
I didn't think you putting that scent on that decoy. I didn't think that'd work, to tell you the truth. He came right in there.
See, I thought he was going to take it. I thought he was going to back off the dirt.
Oh, man. I couldn't believe that. You were right.
Man, look at that. Take a look at that. He's pretty. It's a nice buck. find my arrow, Matt. There ain't gonna be no tracking on this one, that's for sure. I don't believe that buck went 25 yards. Don't that decoy look real?
Looks real, all right.
I thought sure as heck that buck was gonna back up and take a run at that thing. He acted like he was kind of spooked and he jumped back and acted like he wanted to take it. The arrow should be sticking right up here. I'm almost sure it went through. I must have double lunged him because, man, he didn't go no place. Right about in here should be where, yeah, here's the arrow right here, man. Look at that. Look at that baby. Blood all the way down, complete penetration. That's one of them little 100-grain muzzies. Man, I'll tell you what, them babies do a number. I really like that little head. When they say that is bad to the bone, they're not lying. That one is bad to the bone. They fly so well. Just felt like steel points. They lay. I just wondered how much he bled. If he bled that much. Yeah, here's blood right here. He didn't even go far enough to really start pumping. Boy's a dandy, ain't he?
Oh yeah, he's a nice buck.
That's a pretty buck. Big body. Big body on that buck. Yep, double lung. Double lung. Look at there. Isn't he pretty? That is a pretty buck. He's a damn.
Yeah, he's a good sized one.
That buck weigh over 200 pounds.
He's
Right at it, don't you think?
one buck that looks bigger down right now than seeing him in the camera. He's a lot bigger. Seeing him not through the viewfinder.
That thing did a number on him, boy. He is a pretty buck. Yep, he's a man. His neck is not swelled real big, though, you know. Evidently, they're still not cranked up too much. Man, look at the water. Well, let's take all the junk back and then come back and get him. He's a pretty one. Well, guys, I would say we had a very good week. Myself, what would you think?
I had a blast. We got a few nice ones.
We had some good hunts.
Yeah.
And Dave had a chance to see how that horn rally can work.
Yeah, it works great.
That's the first time you ever seen a buck
Yeah.
come to the horns?
Yep.
It doesn't work every time.
And that was a nice one.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
super.
no, that was.
It doesn't work every time you try it, but when it does, it's exciting.
Right.
And the grunt call, a lot of times you wouldn't even need the horn. You know, if a buck hears that grunt call, he'll come to that grunt call just the same as he'll come to rattling. But the
Yeah.
grunt call is just frosting when a buck gets in close, like well on that buck of yours. He comes to the horns, but he was close enough that I was afraid to use the horns anymore, and I switched to the grunt call, and
To keep him interested.
it brought him on in. So you can see how the grunt call can be worth its weight in gold to you.
Oh, yeah.
So that and the decoy, as you know, we mentioned earlier about how a decoy will work. A lot of times when you're making a push, the deer will come through on the run.
Yeah,
you don't want to take a running shot.
I was impressed with that because that's the first time I've done a push.
Well, the decoy can help you when you're horn rattling, using the call. And that's how most people use the decoy. But it can work too, as you've seen, when you're making these drives or pushes. When the deer comes through on the run or trotting or whatever, and you put that decoy out about 30 yards past the guy that's going to do the shooting, and he sees the decoy and he throws the brakes on,
Yep.
and he's right on top of
And
the
it
shooter.
gives you that couple of seconds and you get the edge. Just to,
So,
you know.
that's all it takes sometimes.
Yep. To draw
the bow
or whatever.
Right, and well, we had a very good week, I thought. We had a lot of action, a lot of good times
Yeah, I sure did.
in the woods and in the cabin. And anyway, I'd like to take a minute to I'd like to thank you folks for watching the video, and we hope you enjoyed it, because we sure had a ball making it. And we're going to be working on some more, and I hope to get these guys back to do some hunting with me.
Yeah, if you'll
And-
invite me back, no, I'll come anytime.
Well, you boys are my kind of boys. You're welcome anytime. So until the next time we see you, you folks take care and good hunting to you.